What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Excursion Cuts. Check this thing out. Today we're going to talk about how this little lens is a big deal in the world of micro four thirds. I've been waiting for a lens like this to hit the scene ever since I made the switch from Canon to micro four thirds. With a 2x crop factor, it's always been pretty hard to get an ultra wide angle lens on a micro four thirds body. As someone who likes to travel and pack light when I do, I've always gravitated towards the smaller lenses. That left us with some fisheye options, but to me that's pretty niche. I've always wanted an ultra wide lens that doesn't go fisheye. Both Panasonic and Olympus make a 7 to 14mm that are both a little on the pricey side. The Olympus model is certainly sexier with an f2.8 constant aperture and a sleek design, but that'll set you back about $1,100. The Panasonic's a little bit slower at f4 and it retails for about $700. Admittedly, I would love to get my hands on that Olympus 7 to 14 2.8, but I hear it's built like a tank and therefore relatively bulky and heavy. So when I heard about the Laowa 7.5mm f2 ultra wide angle lens, I was excited to check it out. It's minuscule, but well built. It has filter threads, which is a huge selling point for me as a landscape photographer. In fact, I sprung for a deal on Amazon that included a filter kit along with a cleaning kit for an extra $20. I should also mention that this lens is available in two models, one standard and the other quote-unquote light. By light, I mean light in weight. It's actually aimed at drone pilots and will set you back an extra $20. I ended up buying the light version, not realizing it, and considering it shipped with the aforementioned kits, I feel like I got a decent deal. More on that later. So, how does this thing perform? The image quality is great. It's sharp, even wide open it's usable. It has a manual aperture and manual focus, neither of which are problems for me, but be aware in case autofocus is a selling point for you. There is no image stabilization on this lens, but if you have a camera body with IBIS, that coupled with its 15mm equivalent field of view, you should be in pretty good shape for your run and gun travel shots. Quick pointer if you're a GH5 owner. When I adapt lenses or attach this lens to the body, I'm prompted to quote-unquote change the focal length. I was a little unclear as to what this meant when I first saw it. Was it asking me if I wanted to use some sort of tele-zoom feature? Was it asking me what the lens's field of view was in 35mm terms? No. If you enter 7.5mm, you're giving the camera body info that it can use to maximize the effectiveness of in-body image stabilization. And I did see a noticeable improvement after setting it up this way. If I had to poke holes in this lens, I'd probably point out the fact that the lens cap, while cool looking, is kind of hard to grip, especially if the lens hood is on. And in my experience, the lens hood is more for show than anything else. I didn't see it cut down much in the way of flares, and it can make it a little harder to grip the focus ring and your filters. Lastly, it costs $500 US. I think arguments could be made that that's a bit overpriced. It's working out pretty well for me and the type of shooter I am, but $500 is definitely something to consider. Well, there you have it, the Venus Loawa 7.5mm f2 ultra wide angle lens for micro four thirds. Check out the link below for the kit I mentioned earlier, and if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing so you can be kept up to date on my latest posts. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.